Hello. Today I'm out here at the park. It's a beautiful sunny day. And I thought I'd read out here in the park this book called Leaping Lily, a story about Georgia. Written by Colleen Dolphin, illustrated by Bob Dosay. And you might hear children playing because this is close to a park and people are walking their dogs and having fun on a sunny day. Hope you enjoy. Leaping Lily. A story about Georgia. This is a map of Georgia. Green tree frog. That's a green tree frog right there. Leaping Lily. I guess that's what lily is. So let's read about the green tree frog. We have to read that part. The green tree frog is the state amphibian of Georgia. It lives in wetlands. The pads on its toes help it climb. The green tree frog is nocturnal. During the day it rests on leaves and tree branches. So I guess at night it's out and about doing what green tree frogs do. Leaping Lily. It was late fall on Jekyll Island near the coast of Georgia. Lily, a little green tree frog, was leaping along the beach. Suddenly, a huge whale burst from the ocean. Lily jumped back in surprise. "Maurice," she cried, "you're home from your trip. How was it?" "What an adventure," Maurice exclaimed. "I saw so many things." "I'm going on an adventure myself," Lily said. "I'm heading north to hike the Appalachian Trail. I just need to find it. My friend Bobby can give you directions," said Maurice. "He's a largemouth bass. He lives in Okefenokee Swamp." "Great," said Lily. "Thanks for the help." "Good luck. See you when you get back," said Maurice. Right whale. The right whale, there it is Georgia's state marine mammal. A right whale can be more than 50 feet or 50 meters long. Instead of teeth, these whales have baleen plates. The baleen plates look like a comb across the whale's mouth. Okefenokee Swamp. The Okefenokee Swamp is the largest swamp in North America. The ground is mostly covered by peat. Peat is soft ground made of rotting plants. In some places, the trees shake when you stomp next to them. Okefenokee is a Native American word that means land of trembling earth. That makes sense. When you stomp on the ground, it shakes the trees and everything. Interesting. A few days later, Lily arrived at the Okefenokee Swamp. She leapt onto floating log to rest. How would she ever find Bobby? Lily looked down into the water and saw a group of bass swimming together. Lily put her head under the water and gurgled. Bobby, one of the largemouth bass swam over to her. "Yes, that's me." "Wonderful," exclaimed Lily. "Maurice sent me to find you. Can you tell me how to get to Appalachian Trail? Well, sure. Just go to Springer Mountain. That's where the trail starts. My friend Holly has been there. Maybe she could take you, Bobby said. Where can I find Holly? Lily asked. Holly is a honeybee who lives in Savannah. You can find her buzzing around the fountain in Forsyth Park. Largemouth bass. Georgia's state fish is the largemouth bass. It eats other fish, crawfish, and insects. It can also eat small birds and mammals. The largemouth bass has excellent senses. It can see, hear, and smell very well. That's a real one. I don't know if you can see it. That's the real bass, and that's Bobby right there. Dog barking. Up there. Let's see if we can see better this way. Savannah. The city of Savannah was founded in 1733. Forsyth Park was the city's first public park. It is famous for its fancy iron mountain. The fountain was made to look like a fountain in Paris, France. Well, that's beautiful. After days of leaping, Lily finally made it to Savannah. What a beautiful city, thought Lily. In Forsyth Park, she saw a fountain surrounded by colorful flowers. There were honeybees everywhere. Lily started to look for Holly. Holly, called Lily. Are any of you Holly? Let's see here. I am, said a little honeybee. She flew towards Lily. How can I help you? I'm so glad I found you, said Lily. I'm trying to find Springer Mountain and the Appalachian Trail. Your friend Bobby said you know the way. Could you take me there? Why, sure, said Holly. I love visiting Springer Mountain. Let's go. The honeybee. The state insect of Georgia is the honeybee. Each honeybee hive has one queen bee. Thousands of worker bees live in the hive. Worker bees collect nectar from flowers to make honey. Some bees fly more than 6 miles to find nectar. Wow. Amazing bees. Beautiful. The brown thrasher. The brown thrasher is the state bird of Georgia. It's found throughout the state. It has long tail and yellow eyes. Brown thrashers can sing up to 3,000 different songs. Wow. On the way, Holly and Lily stopped in Macon. They found a shady spot in a peach tree. These peaches are delicious, said Lily. Suddenly, a brown bird flew down and landed right in front of them. Hi, I'm Dottie, said the bird. Looks like that's a brown thrasher. Looks like Lily's eating Georgia peaches right there. Nice. I'm Lily, and this is Holly, said Lily. We're on our way to the Appalachian Trail. We stopped here to take a break. Are you thirsty? Asked Dottie. We sure are, said Lily and Holly. Follow me, said Dottie. She led them to a table and served them Southern sweet iced tea. This hits the spot, said Lily. Yummy. There's a recipe for sweet iced tea. Family-sized tea bags. 3 family-sized tea bags. 8 cups of water and 1 cup of sugar. That's a good start. And just follow that recipe if you want to make some tea. And let's see, the peach is the Georgia state fruit. Originally came from China. Oops, the wind is blowing here. The Chinese believed peaches brought good luck. More than 40 kinds of peaches are grown in Georgia. Georgia's nickname is the Peach State. Yeah, delicious peaches. Georgia Music Hall of Fame. The Georgia Music Hall of Fame honors musicians from Georgia. Toontown is its main exhibit hall. It's built to look like a small Georgia town. Each building features a different kind of music. Oh, look at Lily flying on the bird there. I'm going to a concert at the Georgia Music Hall of Fame tonight, said Dottie. Do you want to come? You bet. We love music, said Lily. When they arrived, there were people everywhere. The musicians were setting up outside. I see my friend Otis, said Dottie. He's saving seats for us. Dottie introduced them to Otis, the southern flying squirrel. He was sitting in a live oak tree. What a great view, said Lily. The concert began, and they all danced to the music. Live oak. The live oak is the state tree of Georgia. It has green leaves year-round. Its branches can spread out more than 100 feet. That's interesting. It's called a live oak because it has green leaves all year round, even though it's not a fir tree. Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Atlanta is the capital of Georgia. It is also the largest city in the state. There are many large companies in Atlanta, such as Coca-Cola and Delta Airlines. The next day, Lily and Holly headed north to Atlanta. They went down to see what was there. Look, an aquarium, said Lily. Let's check it out, said Holly. Lily and Holly went right to the ocean exhibit. They saw many kinds of fish and sharks. They watched for a long time. Are all of those creatures really in the ocean? Lily asked. Wow, there's a lot of creatures in the ocean, aren't there? They sure are, said Holly, and there are many, many more. That's amazing, said Lily. Come on, said Holly. There's one more place I want to show you before we get to Springer Mountain. Georgia Aquarium. The Georgia Aquarium is the largest aquarium in the world. It has more than 8 million gallons of water. There are about 500 different species in the aquarium. Whale sharks, a giant squid, and a manta ray are a few examples. Wow. Cherokee Rose. The Cherokee Rose is the Georgia state flower. It is a large white flower with a yellow center. The flowers grow on a climbing shrub with thorny branches. It is also known as the camellia rose. Ooh, there's a bee flying around right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I came to say hi. I bet it wanted to say hi to Holly. On the way, Lily spotted some beautiful white flowers growing on a bush. Cherokee roses, she said. Be careful, said Holly. The stems have thorns. I'm just going to smell them, said Lily. Ouch, Holly laughed and said, let's keep going. I bet those flowers smell really good. Even though they have thorns, you have to be careful. But they are sure beautiful. A little while later, they came to a hill. Lily thought maybe they were there. Is this Springer Mountain? She asked. No, these are Etowah Indian mounds. Native Americans lived here more than 500 years ago, explained Holly. They climbed a hill that was flat on top. They looked out over fields, trees, and the Etowah River. Thank you for bringing me here. I'm so glad I saw this place, Lily told Holly. Interesting. It's a beautiful place, for sure. Etowah Indian Mounds. The Etowah Indian Mound used to be a Native American village. Thousands of people lived there about 500 years ago. Since then, dirt has covered the village and created the mounds. Archaeologists study the mounds to learn about the people who lived there. Interesting. Blue Ridge Mountains. The Blue Ridge Mountains are part of the Appalachian Mountains. From a distance, the mountains look blue. The Blue Ridge Mountains go from Pennsylvania to Georgia. Wow, that's a long ways. It was the last day of their journey. Holly and Lily could see the Blue Ridge Mountains up ahead. We're almost there, said Lily. You're going to have a fun trip, said Holly. There is so much to see on the Appalachian Trail. There is no place like it. As they approached Springer Mountain, Lily smiled and leapt with delight. Here we are, said Holly. Thank you so much, Lily said. I had such a great time. You're welcome, said Holly. Visit me again sometime. I will, and I'll tell you all about my trip. Then Lily waved to Holly and started leaping down the trail. Her Appalachian adventure was finally beginning. The end. Well, that seemed like a fun adventure with two nice little friends, Holly and Lily. Let's see. The Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is a path through the Appalachian Mountains. It is 2,175 miles long and goes through 14 states. The south end is Springer Mountain in Georgia. The north end is Mount Catadin in Maine. It can take 5 to 7 months to walk the entire trail. Wow, that's a very long trail. It's beautiful though. Georgia at a glance. I'll let you take a glance of Georgia here. It says about the capital. The largest city is Atlanta. Okay, the statehood January 2, 1788. It's the 4th state. Nickname Peach State. There's that peach on that seal. Motto is wisdom, justice, and moderation. And then we read about those. And the state song is Georgia on My Mind, which sounds very fitting. All right, that's interesting. Well, that was a beautiful story. There's Georgia. That's what Georgia looks like on the map. And there are things to do in Georgia. You can take a hike and then go on the Chattahoochee River, explore Callaway Gardens, Pine Mountains, Bear Hollow Wildlife Trail, see Georgia's Little Grand Canyon, and all kinds of nice, fun things to do in nature. It's a beautiful state. It's right above Florida, next to South Carolina and Alabama. Interesting. All right. That's it for this story. Looks like Lily and Holly had quite a fun time on their trip in Georgia. Well, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy a beautiful place as well and have an adventure in a beautiful place out in nature. And have a great day and take care.